You're not audible, but I could see you a while
Hey,
back.
hi. Yeah.
Yeah,
Hi.
great. Uh, cool. We'll quickly jump onto the session and would obviously love to know more about each of you. But we'll start with the session and then get to learn about the everyone that we have on the call as well. Right. Let us know if you're able to see the screen.
Yes, we are.
Okay, great. So, firstly, thanks a lot for joining in. I know it's a Sunday morning and people have many things to do, but it's great to have you on the call. The intent of this session is predominantly to share about how AI is transforming, what all tools that are available at your disposal, and how you can even create a prototype of your own if you want to build your own products as such. But the broad level theme as such is AI is helping us to become full stack professionals, and in a way like a superman or a superwoman, using these tools we can deliver a lot more, create a lot more value, and add value to our customers slash stakeholders as such. So that's the broad level theme that we firmly believe in, which is the era of full stack professionals. Leveraging AI is here, and it's up to us how we want to use it at a broad level, right? And firstly, thanks a lot once again for giving trusting us and giving us this opportunity and joining the call. So super grateful for the opportunity and joining the session. We A quick introduction about us. So I have been in the product space for more than a decade, building B2B, B2C products, and have been taking or working with AI products or building AI products for more than 2.5 years now, and been taking multiple sessions across places, again for the last 1.5 year, helping multiple people as such with AI and AI tools, and becoming full stack professionals as such is what I'm pretty passionate about as such. And my we'll share across our LinkedIn and or the LinkedIn profiles and all. Also, you can scan them for the ease of access. I'm just putting it in the chat as well. Happy to connect with you all over LinkedIn as well. That's a place where I'm comparatively active as well. And we also have the co-host of today's session, Soumya. She is been in the consulting space for more than 5.5 years, built multiple products and helped financial firms as such during her stint. Right now, she's experimenting with many products, building them and scaling them as well, and consulting with few of the companies as such. So that's Soumya for us. Soumya, would you like to turn on the cam and say hi to everyone?
Sure. Am I visible? Yeah. Hey everyone. Hi.
Great. So I think that's majorly about us. We have what do we offer? We offer AI product building and consulting services to many people. We are supporting some of the startups and mature products as well. We also run a cohort where we've already run 2 cohorts, and people have built their own products during these 2 cohorts without prior knowledge of coding or development as such. The interest of learning and the aptitude of applying things is what drove them to build their own respective products. We run corporate workshops and run short courses as well. These are free webinars that we keep conducting to evangelize the whole concept and help people learn about AI, get started with their AI journeys as such. And we are more than happy to have people to use these tools and see what they build at the end of the day. That's the objective as such. We've built ourselves multiple products. Some of them are, as you could see, Product Lens is one such product. So Product Lens is a product, as you can see over here. This is a product which takes care of your code base as such. So many times people are not clear about what exactly is implemented in their products or in their systems. what is the code or what is the logic that is implemented, and people face challenge on understanding it as such. So our tool helps in that. You can just upload the code base and you can ask questions to a conversational experience like this, and it will be able to answer your questions. This is like a sample that we've put across for the presentation purpose. This is more of Google's code base that we've taken up as well. And the good part about this is it is able to do a hands off, or it is able to talk to you also. Uh,
Hi, I am here to help you to understand your code base.
Hey, hi. Can you tell me what is this code base all about, and how do I leverage live API of Google that they are offering?
Hello? This code base is a boilerplate setup for Google's Live API, designed to enable voice-to-voice integration with Google Gemini. It simplifies the development process for applications needing real-time multimodal communication with Gemini, letting developers focus on building innovative features instead of handling low-level API interactions.
So I hope you are able to hear that out. We are able to talk to the code now. It is able to explain what exactly it is. The ramifications or the implications is that you can use this for many use cases or many scenarios where you want to understand what exactly your product is even doing, or even help your business and product teams in general. That's the use case. Similarly, we've built products for few of our clients in supply chain and affiliate marketing spaces as well. And our cohort members were able to build their own projects, as I was saying. So this is one of
Hi,
the
I'm Roshan
testimonials.
Suvarna, a real
And
person and a
interesting thing
proud
is, this
learner
is
from the
a
Full Stack AI Product Mastery
uh,
course by
AI
Vellanki,
video as
Sriharsha,
such.
and Sumya. Let me start by saying this course is an absolute 10 on 10. As someone with a technical background, I was genuinely impressed by how accessible the course is. Even non-tech folks can follow along and get hands-on with powerful AI tools that improve your speed, thought process.
So as you could see, the that was the whole intent, or help people from non-tech backgrounds to learn about AI and start building things out, is what we've intended, and hopefully and are being able to deliver it as well. The second cohort is about to end, and now we are starting our third cohort as well. But enough of all of this. We just wanted to get started with this session and deliver as much as value as we could for you guys who are on the call right now. We just needed, before we jump onto the session, just wanted to ensure that we are all on the same page in terms of we are all taking a note to learn and experiment during the session. So if you could put in the chat box oath, OATH, that would be super helpful. That's the oath that we are all taking, that we will learn together and grow together as such. So I have put in my oath. Would love to see others also putting it in. Awesome. Thanks a lot. And more importantly, feel free to. This is a co-learning session. By that we mean, on all our cohorts are also a co-learning cohort. By that we mean it's not a one-way thing. We want everyone to participate, share your experience, because you can come up with 10 other ideas than what we could even think about. We might not be able to understand them or imagine them at this moment, but with your inputs, we would be able to come up with far more better products or solutions in general, or understand, learn together as a group, rather than it being a monologue as such. Please ask as many questions as you want to. Both are happy to answer most of them. In case if I'm not able to answer, or we are not able to answer any of them, will be getting back to you with our answers on this. Or other members in the webinar will be able to chime in as well and share their learnings or their perspectives. More importantly, feel free to share your work on LinkedIn/X, or your learnings on these platforms, and tag us. More than happy for that as well. Uh, Enough of about us. Would love to know more about you guys. What are you up to? What brings you here? Have you built any AI products? A quick background or intro. If you could unmute and maybe turn on your cameras and say hi, that would be awesome. Anyone would like to go ahead?
Hello.
Hey, hi, Abhishek.
Hi. Sorry, I'm not in a good shape. So little under the weather.
Oh,
My name is Abhishek Agarwal, and I'm in a construction industry, and I'm joined because someone in my alumni group had posted this uh, a session information on session. So I was curious to know more about what you are going to offer and just learn.
awesome. And have you tried out any AI products or built any of them or played
Oh,
with them?
I haven't built anything, but we do use ChatGPT
Oh, nice.
and enjoy the outcomes of that.
Awesome.
That's all.
It brings a smile when we see people using tools. So thanks. Awesome. Happy to hear that.
Thank you.
Um, Hemang, would you want to go next or
Sure,
Chandrakant?
sure, I'll do that. Hey,
Sure.
hi, I'm Himang. Basically, I think one of my friend, you know, attended one of your cohorts, so
Okay.
I've heard good things about it, so I thought I'll explore. So I've been thinking about building my own products. I've registered on Lovable, Cursor, but
Oh,
have
nice.
not, have not built anything. So, basically that's what basically, inspired me to register for this course. And, I look forward to learning,
Awesome.
basically building applications using vibe coding.
Nice. Awesome.
Thank you.
Sounds interesting. Thanks. Chandrakant, would you want to
Yeah,
go?
hi everyone. So I work with Micron. I take care of supply chain tools implementation here.
Oh,
Basically work
nice.
on beyond the side of things. So I just wanted to explore more on the AI side and learn little more, so that I wanted to see if this can be useful in any of the planning purposes.
Fair enough. Understood. Cool. I think that's all that we have right now. Cool. Anyways, we'll quickly continue. Thanks. I hope this session would be of huge value to all of you, and you have great things to take away from here. The key takeaways that we wanted to ensure that everyone has from the get go itself is one. Why are we even talking about AI? Which is it is now able to interact, reason, and create. That's the key differentiator. So which is why we are all so hyped up, so much of penetration or talk about AI is happening in the current day and time. And you would have come across the statement that there is an AI for that, why can't ChatGPT do this? So there are limitations to what ChatGPT or any of the Gen AI tools can do. So it is important that you are using the AI tools very effectively, instead of trying to. So I generally give this example where you might like a Lamborghini, but you can't use the Lamborghini for driving on or doing off-roading per se. You would still need an SUV for that, right? In the same fashion, a Gen AI model is good for something. It might not be that great at some other things. So it's important to understand these nuances to be able to figure out what works for you best, as compared to thinking that Gen AI is a silver bullet. So that's one thing that we wanted to call out upfront. Third thing is building your first AI chatbot and all are easy. Building products with AI in general has become very easy. However, maintaining and productionizing them are super difficult, and or I wouldn't say super difficult. I would say it needs a lot of patience and perseverance. So unless you are resonating with the problem that you are trying to solve for, you wouldn't ideally be taking it forward. So it's important to understand that point when you are jumping on to building any product in general, right? Last but not the least, this is the time that you would have heard of this term called as business process re-engineering. So it's a very famous concept where people say, let's digitize things, let's automate things and all with AI, with digital products, especially during the era of digital transformations of ERP implementations or any system implementation in general at business side, business world. People used to do business process re-engineering, but what we say is right now we are in the era of business process reimagination itself. What we mean by that is the entire construct or the every aspect of what we do can be questioned and figured out if an AI can help with that process, and can it be made using AI, or can it be automated using AI if need be, right? So it's important to understand what needs to be automated and what shouldn't be automated as well. So human touch wherever it is needed, or human oversight wherever it is needed, how do we bring all of them, becomes an important part. And understanding end-to-end value chain as a full stack professional becomes a crucial part as well, right? In case if you have any questions, feel free to unmute yourself and ask the question upfront. Please don't hesitate at all, right? Or anything if you think you should be adding, or everyone you have a perspective on it, please chime in. Yep, thanks. Cool. So now the key thing is, please do stay till the end. We have a bonus of 200 curated prompts for you all. We'll share it across. If you could tag us and put it on a LinkedIn or some social media platform, we'll be more than happy to share across with you. Now let's quickly jump onto it. So okay, who can explain why are we even talking about Gen AI a lot these days? What has made this thing so famous? Anyone? Anyone?
Yeah, it makes, it's more like we are interacting with it. It makes our work much more simpler. Let's say in terms of any queries that we have, or it feels more like we are interacting with a human rather than taking
Perfect.
time and effort in putting things into system language.
Nice. Perfect. So, very aptly put. Basically, it has democratized system access and made it very simple. So, what has happened is now we are able to create things out of thin air. The system is able to reason and give logical explanations about some of the flows, or many things in general. And last but not the least, you are able to interact with it as if it is a human in the natural language, thus democratizing the access to the systems, or democratizing the products that you are building in general, right? That's the key differentiator which has led to this entire revolution. And please note, Gen AI is new, or these experiences are new, but AI as such is a very old thing. It started way back in 1956, and it evolved over time. We've had forecasting models, operation research models, or even network optimization, so on and so forth, and of late recommendation models and all, working out very well for us. But those are all narrow models. Now, what do we mean by narrow models? We'll get to that in a minute. But before that, would love to hear your views on which of on this question. Anyone wants to take a shot?
D.
Yeah, perfect. So just to highlight one key thing, right, while it's completely right that D is not AI, which is, it's not, there is no such artificial intelligence as such right now. But way back, let's say 40-50 years ago, when this was first introduced as such, it was a wow moment for people. It might not be AI even back in the day, but still it was a wow moment. But now it is taken for granted. In the same fashion, the evolution of AI is happening in such a rapid pace that people are by default expecting that you will have intelligent systems incorporated in their products, right? So digital products being intelligent is the norm, is how it is evolving, rather than it being a one of a case per se, right? Okay, the others, are you clear about what is meant by fraud detection or route optimization? Natural language chatbots, I presume it is pretty straightforward, but the rest of the two, I hope you're clear about them. Okay, so cool. Now, quick question again: which of the following are myths about AI?
I think all of the above.
Yeah, perfect. So all the five are myths about AI. You need not be an expert at AI to be using AI tools. AI is for everyone. Ideally, it's not for some specific cohort of people. AI is not a brand new technology. AI is not a silver bullet to solve all the problems, or especially Gen AI is not a silver bullet to solve all the problems. And more importantly, don't think of AI as something which will provide 100% reliable uh, unfiltered results to you, right? The key thing, one key point to note is over time the rate of improvement and all are high, so things might evolve and change, but for now all of these five are myths. Right now, how is this evolution even coming up? Yeah, if you remember, a while back I just mentioned about something called as recommendation models or route optimization models and all of this. Those are also are AI models, but those are called as narrow AI models. Why so? Because the scope of their work is very limited and narrow, but they are pretty good at doing that thing time and again in a more effective and efficient manner continuously. However, with Gen AI coming into play, as we discussed, we are able to create things out of thin air, interact with it in a human language, and more importantly, it is able to reason out things. This is leading to something called as AGI. AGI stands for Artificial General Intelligence. And this is a concept which is to say AI becoming the best physician, best mathematician, best doctor, best basically best at every field as such, being available to you at your disposal per se as an artificial intelligence system as such. And last but not the least is something called as ASI, which is said to be artificial super intelligence. And in this case, AI would gain consciousness as well. And it's a very debatable thing and what exactly consciousness is. So I wouldn't get into the nuances of it. For us, what matters is applying the models that are available at our disposal to deliver the right value to our stakeholders, customers, and ourselves as such, as individuals also. So that's the focus of this conversation. We are not going to get into the nuances of what AGI is and all. The focus is how can I leverage AI or tools that are available right now to either build tools, or how do I incorporate them into my respective products or my respective businesses to solve problems as such. That's the focus area that that's our focus area as such, right? Uh, any questions or any inputs? Okay. Quickly jump on to the next thing. Yeah, Hemang, you were saying something?
No, I was not.
Okay, cool. Anyone wants to take a shot at this question? What does GPT in ChatGPT stand for?
I knew it, but I forgot.
No worries. Anyone else? Cool.
Let's ask ChatGPT.
Well, I've just asked and got the answer. So it stands for generative pre-trained transformers. It's transformers is the foundational technology on which Gen AI models that we are using day in and day out are built, especially the large language models that we call them as. However, what matters to us is it is a general purpose technology. Okay. Any examples that you have in mind? What do you understand? What is general purpose technology? Any examples that come to your mind when we say general purpose technology? Anyone? No worries. So, general purpose technologies are something like electricity, fire, internet, telecom, right? Something which is democratizing or transforming everything, and it is for everyone to use them as such, right? So that's what a general purpose technology is. And now AI has reached a state or a tipping point where it has become the general purpose technology also, because more people are using it day in and day out, right? But one thing I just wanted to highlight before we move forward as such is people have this question coming up, which is, what if I don't use AI? What other than so the you might have come across these posts and these statements being put out by several business leaders that AI won't replace you, but the person who is using AI will replace you. There's one more futurist named Peter Diamandis. He's by the way, check his content out. He puts out great content on his podcast called Moonshots and Mindsets as well. So check that out, by the way. But nonetheless, he says one important thing, which is there would be two types of companies: one which are embracing AI and using AI, while the other which have gone extinct as such. So that's the level of impact that people are seeing because of AI in general. The whole intent of me calling these out upfront is not to invoke fear or anything, but is just to request you to try the tools out once. If you find them to be of value, please use them. If you don't find them to of value, then leave it. There is nothing wrong at all. But important thing is, please do try it out. Experimenting it, as we've started our session with an oath of learning and experimentation. So this is one thing I humbly request every one of you to please try it out. It's like MS Excel being a norm for everyone to use a laptop of sorts in the business world. In the same fashion, this would become a key thing for everyone. So we want everyone to try it out at least firsthand, to have that experience. And then if you still don't like it and don't find of value for it, stop using it, or there's no worry about it. Okay. Cool. Now, one key thing is in the beginning of the session, we've talked about something called as full stack professionals as such. I'll just delve a bit deeper into it, which is the full stack professional is someone who understands end-to-end value chain of whatever area or industry that they are in, so that they can solve any problem that comes up in that area. And they might not have in-depth knowledge of all the problems, but they can leverage AI tools to solve those problems as such. So they are more of orchestrators as such, and more importantly, they have the agency to get things done or deliver things per se, or add value, right? So that's what would matter a lot more, because skills as such will get obsolete very quickly in the knowledge world. With a lot of data, whichever is available will be used to train these models and make them far better. So if you're able to use them better and learn quickly, that's the key differentiator that you would have as people, as individuals as such. That's the whole idea, right? This would lead to few things, right? One is faster iteration. You will be come up. So right now we've reached a tipping point where no one has an answer to all the problems that are going to come up from now on. Why? Because the digitization of the physical world has happened, but we don't. As we enter the new era, we don't know how do we solve for those problems that are going to come up. So that's where you will need a rapid iteration or experimentation being done. Obviously, you will use data and learn from that data and adopt to it. And more importantly, you will need to understand the technical aspects of it as well, along with the ethical risks part of it. But technical understanding becomes very important, because how world works or how systems work will help you understand come up with solutions for the problems that you are trying to solve for. Right? You need not know how to code and all. That's fine completely. AI will do that for you. But understanding the structural problem solving approach for any system in general will help a lot for any individual as such. Right? Any questions on this?
I have a question.
Please.
When you say full stack professional,
Hmm.
does it really mean someone who is in the industry of in your industry or in any industry?
In your respective industry.
So in let's say in construction,
Hmm.
who will be a full stack professional?
I would say someone who understands the end-to-end part of the construction life cycle, from the point of deciding what exactly should I be constructing, or let's say what is that end product that I'm going to sell, and whom I'm going to sell it for, how do I sell it, how do I get it constructed, what are the pieces that are involved.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Knowing that, so frankly, to put it in a perspective, it's like a business owner itself. The only difference here is you are leveraging technology to become that person, or gain that understanding.
Okay.
Yeah. Cool. Any other questions? Okay, let's move forward. So what we wanted to highlight clearly or is the fact that all of us or most of the people will become more of reviewers and managers of AI and AI agents, right? AI agents are nothing but something which will put in some intelligence and can get things done for you. It is integrated with other systems and can execute things for you. But you as a person are becoming more of reviewers of what AIs are doing and giving feedback, and more importantly, you're managing them by yourself, and you are becoming an orchestrator. So the roles of humans as such is evolving to more of reviewers and managers. That's the evolution that is coming up. Okay. uh, Now coming to the product development lifecycle itself, ranging from, so every part of it, right, which is problem or customer discovery, requirement being detailed out, solution being discovered or implemented, and implementation, finally making money out of this, or making ensuring that it is getting adopted. All the areas, there are tools that are available to figure out what would work and what would not work, and to collaborate with other stakeholders or team members as well. So this is that set of tools. So for customer discovery and problem, you can obviously use ChatGPT, Claude, and Gemini by prompting them in such a way that you act as this customer's persona and critically review whatever product that you are trying to come up with, or the problem, understand the problem that that person might face. So this is more of your secondary research. It doesn't replace your primary research as such. That is still needed. Primary research is you going to that person and speaking to them, him or her, to understand what problems they are facing. But this can at least give you broad level directions of what questions that you want to ask for. Similarly, your requirements, or here the requirements is what you've understood as a problem, how are you breaking it out, coming up with solution for it and all, and implementing it, and even coming up with a requirement note. So there are multiple terminologies that are used. Some people call it as PRD, product requirement note or document. Some people call it as FRD's, functional requirement document. Some people call it as BRD, business requirement document, so on and so forth. So all of them being built via or created using AI is a constant thing that can be done today. And more important thing is, one of the biggest challenges that people face is them not being developers themselves, and unable to express what they have in mind, and their vision not getting translated clearly. With tools like Lovable, Bolt, V0, so on and so forth, you are able to achieve that as well in the current world, right? Same goes with actual implementation. The development team or the people who are the devs can actually use tools like Cursor, Devin, Replete, or for that matter Windsurf and all, to deliver the right products, which is as per your vision that was identified initially. And last but not the least, there are multiple tools which are used for content creation, which is acting like a huge driver for ads and monetization as well. So the more important thing to note is knowing which tools to use where after experimenting a lot is what would help you drastically, right? Any questions on this? Okay. So, so now that we've realized that it is important that we prompt the systems well and use these tools well, how do I use these tools becomes a big question. Now that's where prompting comes into play. Prompting is nothing but asking the system to do something and give you a respective output. Now you would have heard of this statement called as garbage in and garbage out, which is if you put in wrong, or if you ask a wrong question, you can't expect the right answer to come out of the system. So how do I structure the question that I'm giving to the system becomes a key thing to note. So this is a structure that works well for most of the cases, which is you give it a role or a persona. Now, what I mean by that is, let's say, let's take what Abhishek was alluding to a while back, which is construction industry in general. So you can say you are the salesperson in the construction industry or real estate industry per se. You come up with the unique selling points of my new project which is coming up. It becomes the context, and you provide all the context about the new project that you are coming up with. It can then articulate about for different, and you can even mention your task is to create ad campaigns or titles and brochures for my product, let's say a one-page infographic and all, it will be able to do that very clearly. So you being able to give these personas the right context and the tasks being listed out particularly helps you get that right outcomes. Okay, and last but not the least is examples. So examples are to tell system that this is how I generally want the outputs to look like. That way the system understands what exactly are you looking for and all, and that gives you a clear picture or visibility, or gives the system a clear picture or visibility of what you are expecting from it, right? Any questions on prompting?
You'll show an example, right?
Yes, we will do that.
Oh.
Absolutely, we'll do that.
Okay.
Right. Uh, Before we jump onto the hands-on activities, we just wanted to check with you what was your biggest wow moment while using AI. Anyone would like to share?
I think for me it was creating pictures.
Nice.
I could just like give any kind of prompts and it would actually come up with something.
Awesome. Anyone else?
Custom GPTs.
Oh, great. Yes. Uh, So we'll see what custom GPT also means. I'm not sure if others are aware of it. We'll quickly have a look at that as well. For me, frankly, I would say now it seems like a long time, but 2022, when the first time I played with Mid Journey, was a huge wow moment for me. It being able to create beautiful images out of thin air was great. Then obviously the iPhone moment of AI ChatGPT launch on November 30th of 2022 was obviously a huge moment in itself, per se. Perplexity was another tool which kind of was a wow moment for me. And recently, I would say Notebook LM has been a great tool for us to use. We'll play with all of them so that you get an idea of what these tools are even capable of. Right? Uh, Again, maybe if you could tag along, that would be great, but we'll quickly play with few of the tools that are available. I'm just sharing a list of tools which we use day in and day out and find value in them. These are the ones which we generally use to a great extent, starting from ChatGPT. So ChatGPT is the product itself, but there are multiple features within it, be it use of reasoning models, images being generated, canvas being used, visualizations being created, or data analytics being done, GPT store or custom GPT, the way Hemang mentioned about document upload and asking questions on those document itself. These are the some of the key use cases that I could see in ChatGPT that are super helpful for any individual as such. So let's get quickly started with it and see how it pans out for us. Let's see. Let me show you a few examples over here. Any problem statement that you would want to take up and see how it comes up, or maybe we can take the previous construction industry example or real estate example itself. We can use the same thing to demonstrate all the different products also. So if that's okay with everyone, or any other ideas that you have in mind.
Yes, we can go with that.
Okay. Cool. So let's say you are an expert at real estate in Bangalore with detail for the subjects. So if you see, this is the persona. Now I'm giving the context and then I'll give the task. So that's the structure of every prompt that we come up with, right? You are giving who you are, what is the context around the task, and then we are delving deeper into it, right? Building in, let's say, Whitefield. uh, for those who are not from Bangalore, Whitefield is a space or area in Bangalore, which is pretty famous for IT. It's like an IT hub over there, right? Uh, One technique that generally helps out is asking it to ask clarification questions if it has any. So think of it as your team member who might not have all the answers in their mind, and you give them an opportunity to ask questions, right? In the same fashion, ask clarification questions, if any, so that you can help me better. That's all. I just give this prompt, and okay, I have okay. Before I while it does this, let me explain what is happening. I've selected a model which is O4 Mini High, and mine is a premium account, so I have these model selectors and all. But if you are using a free account, you might not have this. You might have an option of selecting Think over here, so use that as the option. Okay. The other thing to note is, if I go back to this, it has given me few things, which is it's asking me few questions. What is the flat configurations? What is the price point? Amenities that are coming up, target audience, branding, timeline, so on and so forth, so that it can go ahead and generate the image for me. So the point I'm trying to say is, okay, the thinking models are, let me use the same thing without a thinking model being enabled. So let me take the general ChatGPT 4.0 model. This is like the standard one that you would be getting once you land on ChatGPT also, and you can give it this question, and it will be able to come up with answers, or ask for clarification questions that it has, let's say, if any, and then it will help you with all the details. So let's say if I go ahead and answer these questions, so if I go ahead and answer these questions, it will be able to help me with the response also. So let's say IT professionals and their families, 3 BHKs only, 1.6.
So when you write 1.2 CR plus, how is it figuring out whether it's high end or mid segment, or how?
Right now we are keeping it to leaving it to its judgment, but we can specifically mention that also.
Okay.
Yeah, we can specifically mention that. So I've just answered the questions. I have not given any other context to it. Now it is coming up with the structure of the infographic itself, and it is creating the brochure around it as well. we can clearly say that to it, saying that, hey, please generate infographic, one page infographic. So thing is, it is now able to generate the images also for you, and while it has also given obviously the options for headings for the ads and all. Okay, so and in case if you want to do some analysis around it per se, even that it will be able to do it. I'll show you how do you go about doing it as well. But I hope you understood the utility of these tools, or when you prompt it this way. Let me give you a similar example. When I say this expertise and all of this is not there, and I don't even give the ask clarification questions as a point, help me with this. Let's say I'm just giving only this as the prompt, and see how it responds. So I'm just still sticking to 4.0. I'm not giving anything. I didn't give any persona. I'm just asking it to come up with a infographic for me. So the reason I'm highlighting this is, unless you are prompting it properly, the output might not be as per your expectations. So here, if you see, since I didn't ask it to ask clarification questions, it's directly jumping to create the infographic by itself. It doesn't know what the brand name is or anything, but it has jumped directly to create it. Now, if you see this, it asked me for the name and all, and it has created this brochure or one pager for me. It knows where the location is, how far it is from the metro station. These nuances have only come because I've asked it to provide or ask me clarification questions, and I've given it a prompt which understands the real estate space in Bangalore. But now let's see what it comes up with here. See, it just says new property in Whitefield, 2 acres, 150 flats. There's no detail. It will add the detail of 1 kilometer from Whitefield because it is there in the note over here, but it has not talked about anything about clearly about the amenities that it might come up. It is saying key amenities, it's generating it, but the point is, see, it has given a generic thing, and 1 kilometer from Whitefield station, that's all. But if you look at this and this, there is a huge difference. Yeah. I hope you understood the variation that comes when you prompt it correctly. Any questions on this? Everyone is clear about prompting as such?
Yes, just one question. What was the
Please.
first tool that you used? The last two tools were ChatGPT 4,
4.0.
and then what was the first one?
The first one that I used was 4.0 Mini High. Mini High is not good for image generation. Image generation, you would still be dependent on 4.0.
Oh, okay, okay.
Okay. So that's the key aspect of prompting it correctly, which is you giving it a persona, you giving it the context, you giving it to ask a clarification questions, if any, and giving the tasks clearly. Everyone is clear about how do you go about prompting it? I hope so. Okay, I'll share this prompt. Maybe you want to try it out on the fly right now. Not necessarily this prompt only. You can tweak the prompt the way you want, and maybe if you want, you can share the results also. I've just shared the prompt in the chat. Someone was saying something, I guess. Okay, so now that you've understood, okay, you want to try it out, or should I move forward? Okay, I'll maybe move forward then. The next key thing to note is the deep research capability that ChatGPT offers. So deep research is a capability which can help you with all things related to creating a detailed market report. Okay. Now, what I mean by that is, let's say, since we are speaking of real estate as an example or a use case right now, let's stick to that. And maybe I'll just say, hey, go ahead and you are.
I have an prompt.
Yeah, please tell me.
So I am into a niche in construction where I can construct deep basements for any real estates. And this requires a deployment of some special equipment. It is not easy to do construct the deep basement before excavation of the plot.
Okay.
I would like to know what is the requirement for deep basements in the upcoming projects all over the country. Basically, I want to know my market size.
Yeah. What was the name? Deep basements.
Yeah, basically, what we do is construct diaphragm walls for deep basements. So if there is a requirement for deep basement, then I will come into the picture.
So deep basements is the right word to use, right?
Yeah, no problem.
Okay. Market size of deep basements in India. Um, Okay, I'm just giving this as the prompt over here. And important thing to note is Gemini and Gemini also has the deep research capability. So if you go to Gemini, they have something called as where is it? Deep, no, not personalization. I think. Okay, they have removed the option now. Very interesting. Okay, nonetheless, let's try it out. Perplexity. So Perplexity has something called as research mode, which is also very similar to the deep research of ChatGPT. Okay. Now let's see what ChatGPT came up with. So ChatGPT is asking me these 5 questions. The depth range qualifies as deep. Abhishek, if you don't mind, if you could help me
Yes,
answer
yes,
this.
yes, yes. So
Yeah,
deep basement would qualify something more than two levels.
more than
Two,
two
two or
levels.
more. Two or more.
Hmm.
And then all sectors.
Okay.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Interested in all tiers.
Mm-hmm.
What is planning? All planning and the ones who are engaged.
Cool. So all. Let's see. So so again it has asked for clarification questions. We've given the clarification questions, and it is going ahead and doing a detailed research about the same. So this is another key capability that ChatGPT kind of offers. Now, if you go to Perplexity again, where is it? It is still in progress, I guess. Yeah, so if you see, Perplexity is also doing this activity wherein it is trying to do a research about what we are asking for, and it is coming up with different details around the business size itself. So as you can see, Perplexity has already come up with a detailed report over here, where it is talking about how big the market size is. This is the overall construction market that it has talked about, not necessarily deep basement. Now, deep basement construction is critical, is what it has identified, and then it is figuring out uh, who would be the top customers for it, what are the services that are being offered, and all. But it didn't give any specific number for it. It's given few competitor names over here. Let's see what ChatGPT will take another 10-15 minutes of time to process, but it will come up with a decent report by itself as well. So that's what is you can at least get an idea of any industry that you are interested about from these deep research tools in general. Okay, we'll see the response of ChatGPT once it is able to complete the research. Okay, any questions till now or any inputs? Okay, so now we've understood how do we prompt the models, what is the structure, and all of that. Now let's get into one more key important aspect is using these models for visualizing any digital product that you intend to create. Then how would you go about it? Right, what I mean by that is, let's say, let's take the same construction industry example itself, and I'm asking my ChatGPT to please create a RFP or project construction project progress tracking dashboard, which covers you are an expert at construction industry, especially project management and communication of progress tracking. You are tech savvy and are created multiple dashboards to enter the project progress and action items at hand. Please create a which covers all the necessary inputs or all the necessary aspects to be monitored, get alerts, and more importantly, identify actionable insights to ensure on-time project delivery. So let's say I'm just giving this as a product. Make sure you create a UI dashboard for focus, and I can view it and preview more. So I'm just asking it to create a UI for me, and it is able to see, as you can see, it is able to come up with the code for it, and you can even visualize it. So how do you want your dashboards to look like? So, the first cut, this is not necessarily the final product that you would be building, but at least for the first cut, you will understand what is how you can visualize things. So as you can see, it is showing how is the weekly progress looking like, how many are the tasks that are planned, what is the actual progress that is made, what are delayed, what is the weekly progress looking like. So, and what are the actionable insights that you have over here. So the good thing about this is this is like the dashboard that you can tweak further and further over time, and communicate what exactly are you looking for from your tech team or from your team also, or you can even build it by yourself if you are slightly tech savvy. or if you're open to learn it as such, right? So the whole intent or the idea is to showcase that with these tools you can not just do chatting or figure out or do deep research and all, but you are able to delve deeper into building the products by yourself without any dependency of developers or anyone per se. That is one. Similarly, if I give the same concept to Gemini as well, and I'm asking it to create the same thing over here. It and even Gemini has the capability of doing this thing, and generally it does a good job at creating the UI UX for you. So the point I'm trying to put across is you have tools like which are now at your disposal and can do a lot more than just creating answers or creating summarizing emails and extracting or summarizing PDF documents for you, right? uh, Everyone is clear about how what is happening over here. We are using the capability called Canvas, or the feature called Canvas, in both ChatGPT and Gemini, and we are able to render or create these dashboards directly.
Where did you select canvas as an option?
Sure. So in ChatGPT, you need not specifically select it, but if you intend to select it, then you have an option over here at the bottom. In the more options, you generally have something called as Canvas.
Okay.
Can you see this?
Yes.
Yeah. Similarly, on Gemini also, you have something called as Canvas coming up for most of the models that are there.
And if we do not select anything, does it understand that we are asking for a canvas?
Sometimes it does, sometimes it might lose out on the context. So I generally tend to specifically select, especially if it is Gemini, I specifically select that I want it to be in a Canvas. Yeah. Any other questions?
So basically, which model to use when? I mean, when to use Claude, when to use Gemini?
Sure.
How do
I'll
you decide?
when so Claude or Gemini, and earlier there was a lot of gap between these. Now the gaps have drastically shrunk between these models in general. Okay, that's first thing. Second, if I give the same prompt now, let's do one thing for your question to be answered. It might help if we compare all the three platforms with the same prompt. Okay, so this is my Claude interface. I've just given the same prompt to it, and it in Claude it is not called as Canvas. It is called as Artifact. Okay. Now, what we've realized over time is the artifact that Claude generates is more of a static one, which is this data can't be refreshed even if I want to. However, for Gemini and ChatGPT, if I'm giving it a backend API and I want to see the data dynamically, those two support dynamic APIs. So, but from a UI visualization standpoint, generally we find Claude to be doing a good job as compared to Gemini or ChatGPT. So initial ideation, brainstorming and all, Claude does a great job. Once I want to create it and make it dynamic slightly to start with, before even I go ahead and implement using Lovable Cursor or all these platforms, if I want to see how dynamic it can be, and I already have the existing APIs available, I use something like a Canvas in Gemini or ChatGPT. I hope that answers or helps you.
Yeah.
There is one more thing while Claude generates this. I just wanted to share one other. So okay, let's see how it. While it saves this, let this get saved once. So you have a provision for publishing in all the three platforms. So you can just copy the published link and you can open it separately also, and it starts working. Not just in Claude, this is available for all the three platforms, which is Gemini, Claude, and ChatGPT. If you can see the user experience over here, at least for me, it seems slightly better than what it was in ChatGPT or Gemini. So it is handling multiple scenarios, which is which project are you talking about? Is this a project one or project two? If I change it, then accordingly this is getting changed also, the timeline and how the actual progress is happening, all of this coming up. So as you can see, with the same prompt, the detailing that Claude could come up with is far better than what a Gemini or a ChatGPT was able to do. So generally we depend upon Claude for the initial ideation and scenario identification per se, and then use we directly jump to Lovable, but Gemini and ChatGPT's previews are also a good starting point after I'm clear about what exactly I want to implement. Okay. Any questions? I'll also share this prompt with you all so that you can also try it out and play with it per se. Right. Any questions?
Yes, I have a question.
Please.
Let's say in the first example that you gave of making the creative that
Hmm.
one-page infographic, I
Hmm.
want to give a prompt that the contractor is, let's say, Godrej Properties,
Sure.
and creative should have the logo of Godrej Properties. So, do I have to like uh, give the
Yes.
logo file as a separate
You would
prompt,
have to. You would have to,
or can I
because
just ask? Can I just ask them to like pull it off from their website?
it won't work out that well, especially in the image generation part. You would have to give it specifically, or generally keep. What we do is, when we know a deterministic element to be placed, like in this case, a logo being put in, we ask for the placeholder to be kept, and we put the image, the standard logo ourselves, than asking the system to do it,
So,
because the system is still dynamic in nature. It might so happen that it makes a slight mistake and your entire infographic goes for a toss. So we generally ask placeholder to be kept.
so what is the placeholder? How do you do that?
You define at the top, say that I want it to be created as a, what do you call, so let's say, let me show you the example itself. I guess that might help you. uh, can you see my screen?
Yes, yes.
Huh. uh, I let's say I like this response, and I just say, please add a placeholder on the top left for logo of my company. Ideally, specifying the dimensions and all would be great, but asking it to add that extra space generally helps out. Okay. And while that is going on, the research is still in progress, wherein it is able to come up with, or it is still figuring out what to be done, and it is listing out all the sources also over here, and from where it is getting the material or details of. Okay. And yeah, it is doing this. So here you can see it, right? It is given a placeholder for logo. You just replace this place, or add or put your logo on top of it also. You can do that.
Okay, got it.
Got it? Yeah. Any other questions? So from a flow standpoint, the key thing is to note, use all these tools for all of your brainstorming activities also. Like I was explaining or showcasing to you, we can use these platforms for initial ideation or figuring out what exactly I would want to see, narrow it down. I'll have faster alignments with your stakeholders and all, and you yourself being far more clearer about what ideally should be shown over here becomes a key thing to do. Okay. And once, let's say, if you are very clear about these are to be the ones which I want to see and want to go ahead with implementation, there are tools like Lovable and Bolt. So you can just ask Claude also, this seems good, can you help me with a prompt for which I can use on in Lovable.dev text to web app platform to create a holistic project construction project management platform, especially focusing on the intro part to start with. So you can just use these platforms to prompt themselves and come up with a better prompt for the other platforms also. So that's another technique that generally works out very well. Okay. Any questions till now? I'll anyways show you how it would look like in Lovable in a minute. Before that, while these two are being processed, I'll quickly jump to, we've covered these things, which is how does ChatGPT work, Claude work, and even flow creation or UI screens creation in ChatGPT and Claude. I'll quickly showcase you we've touched based on Perplexity also, but this is one key tool that I wanted to highlight also, which is Notebook LM. And how many of you have heard of Notebook LM? Anyone heard of it?
Yes.
Great. So Notebook LM is a tool by Google, in which you can just go and let's say upload PDFs or Word docs or anything. You can add your documents over here, and it can create. You can ask questions about that document directly. What is this document all about? And it will be able to answer it. And more importantly, it can even create a podcast out of the document that you have provided. Okay, so the benefit that you have is you can just listen to it than having to type out questions or read through the entire document. You can just listen to the summary that is being generated by the system, right? And one interesting thing to note over here is they have a capability called as interactive mode. But let's just get started with hearing to the voice podcast that got generated.
You know that feeling, right? Like you're just caught in this constant storm of AI news.
Oh, absolutely.
Every headline screams the next big thing or, the next big threat. It can leave you feeling completely swamped.
Totally.
Well, today we're going to try and navigate through that.
So I hope you were able to hear to it, but very simply put, it was a book of about 300 pages, and it created a summary of a podcast of 31 minutes of it. And it seems like as if it's actually a podcast that was recorded in a studio, and you are able to listen to it. And now comes the best part, which is they have something called as interactive mode. So now, as and when you click on it, now if you hit on play,
You know that feeling, right? Like you're just caught in this constant storm of AI
so it will
news.
go
Oh,
ahead with the
absolutely.
regular
Every headline
flow
screams
itself,
the next
but
big
you
thing
can
or
chime
the
in
next
and
big
start
threat. It can leave you
asking
feeling
questions
completely
also.
swamped.
Totally.
Oh, hey, welcome. What's up?
Hey, hey, hi. Firstly, just wanted to quickly understand what are the different personas who would be a right fit for AI value creator role.
Hey there. Great question. That's definitely something worth digging into right away.
Yeah, we were just about to get into how this book helps make sense of all the AI buzz. So this fits perfectly.
The book really emphasizes moving beyond just being someone who uses AI to someone who creates value with it. And that creator role isn't limited to just one type of person.
Right. It's not just for the tech gurus. The book highlights.
So as you can see, it is now able to understand my question and come up with answers like as if a human is doing that activity, right? So that's a key thing that Notebook LM offers, and it's a beautiful capability in itself. Any questions till now or any inputs? Okay, so if there are no questions, I'll quickly showcase the prompt that Claude had created. So it is saying, hey, go ahead and create a project management platform dashboard which focuses on all of this. These are the different charts that I want to see. This is how I want to track the progress and all of it. Now, let's say we just want to use this as a prompt and create this entire thing as a product. By product, I mean a digital product that we want to play around with per se. So I'm just going to this platform called as lovable.dev, and here I'm giving the same prompt. Please go through the below requirement, understand it holistically, think step by step, uh, ask clarification questions if any, come up with solution holistically, and do the implementation for front end with mock data uh, in an Indian context. Right, I'm just giving this as my overall prompt. And lovable, being lovable, it is it will create a web interface for this, or web product for this directly. Okay, any questions till now? Okay. By the way, while Lovable comes up with it, I just wanted to show you the research report that ChatGPT generated. So it created a full report in 15 minutes of time. It researched for 196 searches, and it had identified 41 proper sources, and it is giving this entire report for you. The deep base is growth for huge growth of 10 to 12% annually. What is the market size looking like for this? It's given the entire analysis for over here. I'll share this. Maybe you can check it out also. Right. I'm just sharing it in the chat. See if you are able to access it also. That might give you a perspective of what it is capable of doing as well. Right. And there was one more thing that we were talking about, which was no. So this was the deep research capability. And one more thing, you can even use ChatGPT for the search capabilities of theirs. So you can just enable search and have the questions, latest questions. Let's say, give me top news for today, and it will be able to do a web search and give you responses for it as well. So yeah, that is what is as you can see, it is capable of doing all of this now.
I have a question.
Please.
So, my based on my limited understanding of these things, I thought that these models have limited access to like the current source of
Correct.
information. So, what changed?
The change is now it is able to do a web search and use that data to answer your questions. Earlier, it was not able to do web crawling. Sorry.
And when did that change happen?
It's at multiple timestamps. I mean, uh, I don't think a specific date would matter, but yeah,
So now it
it's been
can.
some time.
So the research that it pulled off was
Mhm.
based on the latest information that the
It
web
could
had.
find on net. Correct.
Okay. Okay.
Any other questions? Anyone? Okay, so one more thing to note is people have a misconception that I can't use the ChatGPTs and Claudes of the world for detailed data analysis. That is, while it is true, it can come up with Python scripts or VBA scripts or VBA code for you to do the analysis of Excels also. So the point I'm trying to put across is you can use them as your automation or logic creation platforms. Once you are clear about your thought logic, whatever analysis that you intend to do, it can help out with that as well. So let me show you what I mean by that. So for example, I'm giving it a sample data set like this. So you can see it, right? Given a data set like this, I want some analysis to be done and do it. It will be able to do. So it is writing a Python code to do the analysis, and then it will come up with the solution for it accordingly. So the point is, by default, it is not great at handling math or so, but it is capable enough to write code to handle these. So as you can see, it has come up with the graphs that would represent things visually for me. Right, so you can use it for doing analysis, or at least coming up with code in Python also that you can use for analysis also. Right, any questions till now?
What was the prompt for this other than the data?
I've just added a small line. I'll show you the prompt also. That way, come up with key visualizations and trends is what I've given. It is a very simple or rudimentary prompt.
Okay.
Okay. So that is the capabilities that you have at your disposal now. I know we are already short out of time. I'll quickly jump to. I think Lovable is still taking some time. As and when it is done, I'll also show you the product that it is able to build over there. And in the meantime, if you have any questions, we can address those questions as well. So I'll just quickly share a few tips also that can help you use these tools better. First things first, ask LLM to help you prompt better. This we've discussed or seen when we were talking of using Lovable to prompt, Claude to prompt Lovable after we have ironed out how we want the UI experience to look like and all. The second thing to note is use LLM as a judge. So what we mean by that is most of the cases you use it to create content and all, but ask it to take on the hat of your target audience and see if the content that you've created through these tools will resonate with them or not. Right, that also helps a lot. Or in case if you're writing a proposal and you want the proposal to be reviewed by the person who is expected to review it, or the decision maker who would be reviewing the proposal, you can give all the necessary information about that person and ask the AI to take or put on the hat of that person and give you the relevant response per se. Yeah, so that is with respect to LLM as a judge. Now the next thing is you use projects. So both ChatGPT and Claude have a great capability called as projects, which is basically to structure your things well. And then the next thing is you can use it as your tutor to learn things better, faster, and take help of it also. Then comes the next thing, which is you better starts with the problem that you want to solve for and then jump on to using these tools rather than getting stuck on learning of the tools itself. It's important that you use them and play with them as well. Most important thing to note is don't rely on them 100%. They are great sidekicks, but not necessarily great 100% right every time. So your judgment as a human will still matter the most in this case, right? And okay, any questions or any inputs?
What does use projects mean over here?
Projects is, as I was saying, both ChatGPT and Claude have something called as projects over here. Like you can see projects here. You can create new projects and add them, so it becomes easier for you to structure your conversations that you're having with ChatGPT.
Okay, makes sense.
Okay, and this is the Lovable prototype or product that it generated per se. So you can see it here, where it created all the graphs for you and all. Actually, let me open it in the full screen and share it so that can you see it? So with just one prompt, it is able to create all of this. And you can change this and see how it would be evolving and all. That is also something that it has understood and taken into account. It hadn't built all the pages. It will take some time for you to build all the pages that you might want. But the thing is, it is able to understand the requirement that we've given and come up with the user experience for it or the website for it. Everyone is clear? Cool.
Hello.
Any questions?
Hello.
Cool. We are okay. So that's majorly the key content that we wanted to showcase, the capabilities that these platforms have. We've also shared the prompts with you, so please try them out and all. And we would love to announce that we are having our third cohort also starting up by the end of this month. If you are keen, we would more than happy to have you on board. Feel free to reach out to us. I think there is a link that is already put in by our team in the chat. We are resharing that link also. You can have a look at what we offer in the cohort per se. In case if you have any questions regarding the cohort, more than happy to address them. The intent is to help people to come with an idea and build a product and go out from the cohort as such, build something that you are proud of. That's more important, and learn these tools in deep and have your entire thought process or structure crafted out per se. I think that's 1 second. Cool. And we would love to hear your feedback on the session as well. And I'm quickly sharing the feedback link with everyone. More than happy to hear your views on the session, and if you've heard, how was your experience as such. Yeah, I think it's already shared. Would be great if you could share your feedbacks and viewpoints. If we wanted to edit anything. Ajit, sorry, I just saw your question. What do you mean by if you want to edit anything?
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Yeah. So the one you generated at dashboard. So if I want to edit anything online, can I put with it, or I have to rely on Claude or GPT?
I still couldn't clearly get you, Ajit. Could you please
Yes.
repeat?
Yeah. So which you have generated, right? The dashboard. So you have shown on like full screen, right?
Correct.
So let's say I wanted to edit anything online. Let's say I want to change
Understood.
something, some field or like
Sure.
some data. I will do it and make that it get displaced. So,
that is possible. If the question is it possible? It is possible. You would need to prompt it further and figure out how do you want to make those changes and give that as a feedback to the system.
okay, so again, I have to write the prompt itself, not online. Like
so in case if you know how to code, you can code and make the changes at a code level. If not, you can prompt and dynamically change it.
Okay. Thank you.
No worries. Cool. Any other questions? Okay. If not, then I think that's all that we've had for the session today. I hope you found it of value and learned something new. And would love to hear your feedback and see if you would want to connect further on any of things that we offer as such.
Yeah.
Okay, that's all I guess then. Thanks a lot. Please do share your feedback and your viewpoints. Would love to learn from it and improve ourselves.
Thank you, Sriharsha. Thank you.
Thank you. Thanks, everyone. Thanks for joining. Thanks for taking time out on a Sunday. Bye.
Bye.